Thank you, Carrie. It was a dangerous night on the streets of Toronto last night. Traffic services telling us that there were 17 pedestrians struck last night, 2 of them seriously injured. Our Tammy Sutherland live right now at Traffic Services, and no doubt the weather must have played a role in this one.
That's right, and the darkness as well, of course. It's staying dark for longer throughout the day, and so that is another factor. And of the 17 people who were hit last night, 2 of them serious, as you had mentioned, Melanie, but we just spoke to Sergeant Brett Moore, who says that there could be even more. So thanks for joining us again, Sergeant Brett Moore. If you can tell us a little bit about why this continues to happen, especially when it comes to this time of year.
I think you touched on it right off the beginning, right? I think it's we're standing out here doing this interview. It's cool. Everybody's, it's raining a bit on us. It's dark outside. The sun doesn't. It comes up at 8 o'clock in the morning now, this time of year. So we see it consistently over the years. We looked at our data, and there is a definite spike in I guess vulnerable road user collisions. Not just in Toronto, but really, it's the research says it's everywhere.
Right, and this weekend, of course, we're going to be falling forward, but that's going to change as well. The dynamic when it comes to dark and light during the day. How does that affect the roads?
Yeah, it's the same thing. I think it affects just in the sense the way people use them, right? I think the messaging really needs to be, the basics are in play here. As a driver, you've got to anticipate, you've got to be really focusing on what it is that you're doing. Phones are down, seatbelts are on, paying attention, and especially if you're traveling and driving downtown Toronto, it's not the same as if you just come off the highway or in sort of like a rural or sort of suburban area. You got to anticipate pedestrians, cyclists, construction, lights, sirens, all those things when you come downtown in Toronto to drive. So you need all your wits about you. You've got to put everything away, and that's a critical thing. And for pedestrians and other road users, don't anticipate that people see you. As bad as that sounds, right? You got to look after yourself on our roads especially when you're crossing the streets.
All right, thank you very much again. That's Sergeant Brett Moore from Traffic Services. And one of the most serious injuries from last night, a man in his 80s who was hit near Kipling and Steele. So the message is out there, of course, be careful, stay focused out on those roads. Mel, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Tammy, good advice. Thank you so much. The hunt is on for a suspect after a shooting early this morning near Weston Road and St. Clair. We're going to take you live to the scene right now. This is on Maybank Avenue, happened around 3 this morning. Police still trying to figure out if this happened inside or outside of the home. It's believed the victim was a tenant in the basement apartment of this home. He was rushed to hospital with multiple gunshot wounds, but is expected to survive. Still, we don't have any word on any arrests or suspect descriptions. Okay, let's get back to the roads now. Traffic Service is investigating after a woman in her 40s died in a multi-vehicle crash on Avenue Road just north of Lawrence yesterday. This happened about 5:30 p.m. Police say the cab that she was a passenger in lost control, struck several other vehicles, including that TTC bus you see there. The victim was rushed to hospital but later died of her injuries. The taxi driver also taken to hospital with serious injuries. Right now, it's not clear what caused this crash, but medical complications may have been a factor. A warning now for this next story. Some may find this video disturbing. A fight between a bus driver and a passenger is to blame for a tragic crash in China. Authorities releasing dramatic video of this crash, and as you can see, the bus driver appears to be fighting with the passenger. He then loses control of this bus before it falls over the side of a bridge and into a river below. Now, this happened last weekend, killing as many as 13. 2 other people are still missing.